Devil from Hell, you know it, you love it, you push it into the flagship's top 10, and I want you to meet the mind behind Psychosexual. This is drum god Jeremy Spencer. How you doing, man?
Doing good, thank you. How are you?
I am well. Right now, I'm sure there are a bunch of listeners out there that are like thinking, "Hey, he just fucked up." Okay, he's the singer. Jeremy is not the drummer, but clue people in on like what I actually meant. I didn't fuck up this time.
Well, I used to play drums, and I was fortunate enough to fool enough people to win a couple awards. So, thank you for the drum god reference. I don't know that I agree, but I certainly appreciate the kind words.
Oh, come on, dude. You were a monster on that kid.
Well, thank
Stay
you.
now through the back problems that pulled you away from Five Finger. Have uh are you still playing drums as avidly as you
No,
used to?
definitely not. I do play sometimes, very rare. I've recorded some stuff, and I have a kit set upstairs in case I ever want to go play it. But my focus is mainly on psychosexual, my current project.
Okay, now that's yeah. This is a psychosexual. We're going to talk about psychosexual. Now, was this always in your mind to do like a theme, like crazy type, like grandiose band stage experience?
It was always gonna be something that was a big experience. I don't know exactly what I had in mind. It all started with just writing songs in my home studio and singing. And it started even as like kind of new wave poppy or older stuff like Gary Newman keyboard
Okay,
stuff,
all right.
and then I love rock. I love all types of music. So I wanted to do a heavier, kind of darker style and put a band together and try that, but I was like, well, what's a character going to look like? I don't want to stand up there as myself in jeans and a black t-shirt. And we've seen it a trillion times. I grew up on Kiss like so many others, and theatrical rock, Alice Cooper, Zombie, Manson, Rammstein, fun stuff,
Yep.
and so it was like, okay, well, I've never seen a devil front man ever, so I'll be that.
Hey, there you go. Are those prosthetics or what do you go through to put that on? It's not a mask, is it?
No, it's part prosthetic and then the rest is all airbrush. So it's quite the process. When we first started and didn't know what we were doing, it took like 6 hours, and I'm like, I can't do this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like that's Jim Carrey and the Grinch. So we figured out how to cut corners and get it down to like an hour, hour and a half. So that's still long enough of a process and inconvenient enough, but it's doable.
That's so that is what you will see when you go to a psychosexual show on stage. So you have to go through that every night, man.
Yeah, I don't know why I always choose to make things hard on myself. Even in, Death Punch, I was dressing up as a skeleton, painting my face, wearing costumes, wearing masks during the drum solo. So I've always chosen the tougher route, but it's all for the name of the show, all for the big bang.
Well, see, what I've noticed over the years, it's people like that are more creative. There, because I actually like to be around people that are more like that. Because uh, are you one of those type of people that you get an idea in your head and you're like, hey, I just want to try it out. Let's see if this works.
Always, yeah, all the time. I've always been that way, and especially now with this character-based group, there's really no rules. The sky's the limit of what I'll try. So it's a lot of fun. It opens up a lot of avenues where if you're just looking like a normal person, it may not quite make as much sense.
So how does it feel to I'm sure you get a lot of input from the guys that are in other guys that are in the band, but how does it feel to be the front man, be able to have this stuff come into your head and then later on see it come to fruition on stage?
Well, it's a lot of fun because we can pretty much paint the fantasy any way we want. And since I was such a fan of theatrical rock and Kiss, it's like this is my chance to make my version of that, even though it's obviously in the beginning stages, and we don't have that kind of a budget. But it's just about having a good time and trying to put on a visual experience and spectacle for people, so when they leave they go, wow, dude, you got to go check that out, they were crazy, did you see that? I mean, because people only have so much money and places to spend their money, so
Yeah.
you want to make sure your show's the one that gives them the biggest bang for their buck.
They're gonna remember. Well, that's what I was gonna want them coming back for more. Is
Yeah, always.
if they're like, this is the craziest band ever, I love it. Of course, they're gonna come back.
Yeah, and it may not be the craziest band ever, but it will be fun and it will be an experience that is worth seeing, in my opinion, because I'm jaded and I want it to be a certain way that stimulates me. So if it does, my crap meter's pretty dialed into where if it passes through the crap meter, then it's okay.
You're like, all right, it passes mine. Everybody will accept it.
Yeah.
Now, you went through a point where you actually ended up deleting old content of Psychosexual. How did you do that? You actually deleted it from the internet?
Yeah, we made a record really fast and just threw it up. No publicity, maybe a little bit, not much. A couple press releases, but small. And then we kept recording because of the pandemic. There was we couldn't do anything except go to a studio and record and write. So then Devil from Hell happened. I'm like, crap! I was just in the first song.
You're like, oh shit, this is good.
Yeah, that was the one. It was like that was the one that felt like that should have been the introductory song. So I'm like, you know what? We're so new into this. Let's start it over. Who cares? It's my label. It's our rules. Who gives a crap? Let's just yank it down and start again. So we have, and now Devil from Hell is, it just cracked the top 40 at radio, which is fun. Not that I want to play the radio game, but we are kind of playing it. We released a single and it's cracked the top 40. So,
well, you kind of gotta play the radio game a little bit. I mean, you can't.
You don't have to, really. It's such a different landscape today with social media. It's all about conquering socials and putting out as much content as possible and having the right market.
Interview over.
But if you want to go the traditional route, you have to have radio without question.
Oh, I'm giving you crap, man. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's a different landscape now.
Yeah.
It's not.
Look, man, conquering radio, that's no easy game, man. Like even with the last band, it took a long, long time for us to break through. And when we did, then it just kind of avalanched. And it was amazing. Yeah,
it was kind of like a boulder rolling down a hill. It was just to watch you guys, like that first song came out, and then I think it was like, oh God, wasn't it only like around 9 months or something like that? And that's when you were like headlining shit and that.
Yeah, we were headlining all the toilets all across the country. And we didn't have enough material, so we had to start playing covers, but it was a good problem to have. It was fun, man. But yeah, that's how it happened. And it was a crazy time and a lot of fun.
That was I don't know. Okay. Back to deleting stuff off the internet. I want to know how you go about doing something like that, just for my own curiosity. I'm like, I want people to know that you didn't just delete stuff from like your Instagram, Facebook, and stuff like that. You actually got it taken down.
Yeah, well, I mean, all you had to it was I uploaded it through a distributor, which put it in all the streaming services and stuff like that. So you just pull it off there, and then they take it out of those stores.
Oh,
and I control my YouTube page, so I pull all that stuff down, and there's still some stuff lingering out there somewhere, but it's pretty minimal. And so that's just kind of, it was like, let's make it to where this is what people focus on, and maybe I'll bring some of that stuff back later after we, maybe retool it a bit or something. But we're kind of growing, and just, I don't think everyone has it kind of figured out on their first record. Like some of my favorite artists, it's not their best work. They evolved and then they get better as they go. And that's the same with us. And I mean, we've been working so hard. We're on record 6 right now. Actually, we just finished record 6 because we haven't been able to tour. All we do is write and record.
So you got a lot of material.
A lot
in the bag.
So when we do shows, we don't need to worry about covers.
That's to know that you had that much coming and we had that much more to look forward to. That's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, well, I've also learned in the past that when you come off the road, you want to relax and decompress. You don't want to have to think, cool, Tuesday, you have to get in the studio and start making the next record. Because that's pressure, man, and that's not fun. I don't want this to be pressure. I want it to be fun. So we're trying it a different way. Let's get as much material in the can as we can before we start the big launch, because um, then it's less pressure and it's less stress, and you can actually take a proper break occasionally if you want to.
Now you have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of different projects, and I heard about one. What is up with Lady Killer TV?
Everyone's curious about that one. It's basically, I spoofed like classic 80s horror movies and some, just not just 80s but 70s, 60s, everything, like all classic horror films. I spoofed them, but I used adult stars. And
Okay.
so there's some steamy makeout scenes, but it's not porn, but it's like, if you saw Friday the 13th in the 80s, you would see the kids making out in the movies for a second and
Yes.
they get
Yes.
killed. It's just an extended scene. Like, it's the way we wanted to see it when we were 14. Like, oh,
Okay.
boobs. Let's see boobs for 10 minutes, and so there's a lot of that, and it's a lot of fun gore. It's all tongue in cheek and campy, and just the way I wanted horror movies to be growing up. So that's all coming out later this year. I'm releasing 3 films, feature length films.
Feature length films. And now, are they going to be on streaming platforms, or are these things people can get it through iTunes? Or
It'll be streaming, a streaming platform and physical copies. So I'll announce all of that
okay.
when the time is right. Yeah.
Oh, you're like, yeah, you're not important enough for me to tell you right now.
No, I really don't know the exact date. I'm sorry. My manager was texting me. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm telling I'm on an interview.
That's fine. We'll wait. You're more important.
Sorry, I did it. Sorry.
You were mentioned before about when you come off the road, you don't want to be like, oh, it's Tuesday, we got to get in the studio. Okay, are you more of a stage person, in the moment type person, or a studio person? Which would you rather do?
Or
is it a little of both?
Yeah, it's for different reasons. Studio, it's starting from scratch and you're building something up and creating something that doesn't exist. That's fun. But the stage is to let it all out and interact with fans and share energy and stuff like that. So I can't wait to actually get to that part of it. We did a couple streaming shows, but that's not the same, because when you finish the song, there's like 4 crew guys that go in the room, and there's no crowd. So then, but you have to act like you're rocking the arena because it's on the internet. I didn't really like it.
I was just going to ask, it's like, when you're doing that, do you have to imagine the crowd out there?
Yeah, I mean, you're putting on a show like you're rocking for a real crowd, but there's nobody there. So it's
how much of a moron do you feel like?
Well, you just have to act, but it's not comfortable. It's not fun. It's dead. It's like rehearsal. It's just not, there's no energy exchange.
Okay, get it, man. Psychosexualmusic.com is your website. And I noticed you're all over the internet, Instagram, Facebook. You have you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, YouTube,
Spotify, like all that stuff, man. Psychosexual all over the place on the internet. Go out there, Google psychosexual, or head to the website, psychosexualmusic.com, and you will find them. Jeremy Spencer, thank you so much for being on Real Rock Nights. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Awesome.
And what do you say? Devil from Hell. Let's let them hear it. Give me a rock star scream. You've done it before. You can do it again.
Woo!
That was fucking lame.
There you go. You have to wait and see it live, buddy.
Psychosexual Devil from Hell. It's right here, right now. It is Real Rock Nights.